understand this lesson.
Me neither, Sarah. I'm completely confuzzled right now. How are we supposed to pass this test if we don't remember?
I have no idea. I'm so frustrated.
Do not fear, your math mamas are here. What seems to be the problem?
We have no idea what we're doing, and we have a math test tomorrow.
What's the test on?
We have a Prob stat test tomorrow on 4.2 and 5.1. Introduction to normal distribution and standard normal distribution and binomial distribution.
Oh, child, that ain't nothing but a thing. Yeah, we got y'all.
When solving for binomial distributions, you need to know the values of n, p, q, and x. N, the number of trials repeated. P, the probability of success in a single trial. Q, the probability of failure in a single trial. And x, the random variable. Here's an example of finding the values in a word problem. There are 5 babies represented in the trial. There's an 80% chance a baby will be born with cyanosis, so there's also a probability that 20% won't be. That is the failure and success rate.
43% of adults say they get their financial advice from family members. You randomly select 14 adults and ask them if they get their financial advice from family members. Find the probability that the number who say they get their financial advice from family members is A, exactly 5, B, at least 6, and C, at most 3. N is equal to 14, P is equal to 0.43, Q is equal to 0.57. A, B, and C are how to properly calculate these distributions. 60% of households in the United States own a video game console. You randomly select 6 households and ask them if they own a video game console. Construct a probability distribution for the random variable x, then graph the distribution. First, we are labeling the graph, owning a video game console. The probability is the y-axis, labeled 0.05 through 0.35. The x-axis is the households, labeled 0 through 6. Do not forget to label your graph.
The next chapter is introducing normal distributions and the standard normal distribution. We have 2 terms that are very important to this chapter: continuous probability distribution and normal distribution. Continuous probability distribution is a continuous random variable that has an infinite number of possible values that can be represented by an interval on the number line. A normal distribution is a continuous probability distribution for a random variable, x. The graph of normal distribution is called a normal curve. Our objective is to interpret graphs of normal probability distributions and how to find the area under the standard normal curve. When interpreting graphs of normal probability distribution, one must know what the mean and the standard deviation are. The mean is always the center and is represented by the Greek symbol mu, and the standard deviation is the amount between each inflection point, represented by sigma. If the mean is 675, the inflection points are 1 standard deviation away. So you can subtract the mean from the first inflection point to get standard deviation, and in this case the first inflection point is 710. So 710 minus 675 is 35. So the standard deviation is 35. A standard normal distribution is when a normal distribution has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. A z-score indicates the number of standard deviations a value lies from a mean. You can use this formula to solve for your z-score. To find the cumulative area that corresponds to the z-score of 1.15, you use the standard normal distribution table. When you go to your table, first you need to find 1.1 and indicate where that is. Then you go to 0.05, and then they'll tell you what your cumulative area is.
Finding the areas under the standard normal curve. You are finding the area to the left of the z-score With this, you go to the chart and it will show you 0.8907. To find the area between two z-scores, you find corresponding areas, then subtract the smaller from the larger. 0.2266 and 0.8907. And you subtract the two and you will get 0.6641. You are solving to the right of the z-score. You go to the standard normal chart and get the area and subtract from 1. 1 minus 0.8907 is equal to 0.1093.
I understand now.
OMG, you helped us. I have complete confidence I'm going to pass this test.
No problem. We hope you both get A's.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
Math
Math
Mamas.